Cleveland Cavaliers may be the favorites to come out of the Eastern Conference, but they still have plenty of issues to be sorted out, starting with their defense. I'm AJ Newhart-Koich, and this is Sports Pulse, joined by Sam Amick to break down the Cavs' defensive struggles. So Sam, we talked all last year that they can flip the switch when it matters most, and while that may be true again this time, there's still some serious underlying problems. How concerned should Cavs fans be right now at this point in the season?
AJ, I feel like we've been having this conversation for a couple years now, and obviously the Cavs got the job done a couple years ago, got the championship with a defense that was definitely not elite. But those defensive struggles, AJ, I think set up in a really interesting way as we get closer to the February 8th trade deadline, because the Cavs conceivably can improve their defense depending on what they're willing to give up trade-wise. And the guy who's going to be front and center and speculated about quite a bit is the Clippers' DeAndre Jordan as a possible difference maker if Cleveland wanted to do a deal with the Clippers. DeAndre is going to be a free agent this summer, and the key question here that I've been asking a lot of different executives about is whether or not Cleveland might change its current stance and be willing to give up the Brooklyn draft pick that they got in that trade with Boston for Isaiah Thomas. We've been talking about this Brooklyn pick for years and years. It's not nearly as good as it used to be because the Nets have improved, but still, it's certainly the kind of thing they would have to put on the table to get a player of DeAndre Jordan's caliber.
So aside from a trade, what can they do to make this defense even just marginally better than it is right now? Obviously they've dealt with injuries this season, but they just added a guy in Isaiah Thomas who should make them better overall as a team, but he's not exactly Kawhi Leonard on the defensive end.
Right. I feel like everything I would say to answer that question is a bunch of coaching platitudes. We could talk about effort, energy, 5 men on a string, cohesion, synergy, all those buzzwords that you hear about when defensive coaches speak, but the players have to do it. And LeBron, leading the way, as great as he has been this season, he's not the defender that he was earlier in his career. But again, he's already got such a load on his shoulders. I'm not sure that you're going to see a major uptick in his defensive impact. I don't know how they get the defense to play better. Again, that's why I think looking at the roster is a real possibility.
Sam, great stuff as always, and be sure to stick with Sports Pulse for the rest of the NBA season.